Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Get settled up in here. I'm gonna get started in a minute. Give you guys a little time to come in. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday. We just start this week off right. We're a little early today. I know we usually come in later on Mondays, but I have a special guest today. And I just wanted to get in here with you guys a little earlier today so I don't have to take up my guest's time because they are a very, very busy person. And so, we have to get in their schedules as we can. And so we adjusted today's schedule to come in a little bit earlier so we can be blessed by this guest. So you guys just come on in. I haven't got the guest in yet. She'll be here shortly. But I want you guys to just take your time, get in here, say hey. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel while you're here. And as soon as my guest arrives, we will get started, But welcome back. It was a wonderful weekend. We had a great weekend this weekend. We brought in the new year, and we also broke records on the channel this weekend with the live that we did about Ready to Love. So, thank you guys for all your support and everything. You guys did a wonderful job with that. I really appreciate you guys coming in and showing love and support like you guys did. You guys are freaking awesome. I love it or whatnot. Let's get started. Let me see. Let me drop some things my on my channel page on my page real quick. Let them know that we are here and stuff. And as soon as my guest gets here, we'll get started, like I said. So just come on in, say hey, let me know that you're here. Put some hearts in the chat. I like the lime green. Sean represents the blue. He is not with us right now because he is working. He is banking. Banking hours are open today. So he has to get that money right. Make sure y'all money is right. So we got to let that brother do his work so we can have some paper this year. It's 2022 and we're trying to have that paper. And speaking of which, when our guest comes, we're going to get into a lot about manifesting, your greatness, and as well as, coming into the new year, bringing in peace into your life. And so I want to go ahead and welcome you all in for that discussion. It's going to be a good one. She's a very talented recording artist. She also has been Grammy nominated, and she's worked with legendary artists that you guys listen to today. So there's a lot of her music that you guys didn't know you were singing her songs, but they are her songs. And so that's a blessing in itself. And, it's wonderful to have such a talent like that come through or whatnot. Matter of fact, speaking of the angel herself, here she is now.
Hey,
Hello.
water be nice. Hey, what's up?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Sorry, I'm late.
No,
Trying to
you're
get
right on time.
together.
You're right on time. You're fine. You are
Perfect.
fine. Yes. So, how's your new year going so far?
Man, so far so good. January is kicked off into high gear. You know, the real New Year is in March. So you know what I'm saying. We just,
That's when the
you
real
know,
New Year starts.
yeah, yeah. So we celebrate spring equinox as the New Year, but traditionally, January is a good reset to do all the vibes and get back, in the habit after all the festivities.
It is an odd time to have a new year when we haven't had the winter break quite yet over for the new bloom. So it is a different.
Exactly, exactly. See, you feel me? You feel me? We starting to
Exactly.
realize the vibes and what's going on and the lies that's been told. Thank you.
Exactly. Uh, okay. So I do want to get a little started or whatnot. So, just to get started, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little trivia with you, a little music trivia. It should be
Okay.
easy for you. Seeing that is your profession, it should be easy. I'll start off with a couple of lyrics and see if we can guess the artist. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one we have, it says, "Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming." So
Tupac.
couldn't finish.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California driven. Soon as I step on the scene, I hear the hoochie screaming, fiending for money and alcohol. The life of a West Side player from Cali's out, and it's all ball.
Exactly. You already know. You know that was an easy one
I
for
was about
you.
to say, yeah, that was good. That was good. That was easy because I was worried about that. I'm like, let me see. Yeah, all right, bring it on. Bring it on. What's next?
This one should probably be an easy one for you because I kind of know you a little bit, but we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. We'll see. If skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Twilib Kweli. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I
Come
did
on,
5
man.
mil and I ain't been
I ain't
rhyming
been writing like common sense. Oh, that's Jay-Z. That's Hov. That's Hov, man. Yeah. The GOAT, the greatest to do it. I don't know. Black album too, I think. If
Yeah.
we tapping in. That's from the Black album?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Hove, all right, 2 for 2. Let's go.
2 for 2. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna wrap it up just a little bit. We're gonna see if we can get this one.
All right.
Okay. It says, when he comes up in the club, he be blazing up. He got stacks on deck like he be saving up. And he's ill, he real, he might be a deal. He pops bottles and he got the right kind of build.
Okay, now this is a girl,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
I have no idea who this is. Hold
Wow.
on.
You have no idea who this one is.
Maybe it's the cadence. I don't know what it like what.
Okay, I'll read it. I'll read it one more time for you. Okay.
Okay.
It says, when he comes up in the club, he be blazing up. He got
Mhm.
stacks on deck like he be saving up. He's ill, he's real. He might got
Mike got it. That's Nicki Minaj. Okay, wait. See, it was the cadence. It was the cadence. It was the cadence. All right, bet. See, I'm happy I got that right because my girl would kill me. She like
I was about to
Nicki
say,
stands. I'm like, interesting. Okay, see, all right, 3 for 3. Don't
I was
mind
about to
me.
say, I'm trying to figure out how you gonna get that one wrong when secretly.
Yeah, he ill. He deal. He might got a deal. Okay, see, I got that.
Exactly. All right. Let's see. Let's see. We get one more up in there, and
It's kind of nerve wracking, honestly.
I know that one was too easy. I can't give you that one. You'll definitely get that one. Let me see.
Oh, so you're trying to sabotage me. What's happening?
I'm trying a little bit, just a little bit.
All right.
Okay, let's try this one. Swimming laps around a bottle like Louis the 13th, jumping off of a mountain into a sea of codeine. I'm at
Kendrick
the
Lamar.
mm,
Nope.
nope.
Okay. All right. Go.
Okay. I'm at the top of the top, but still I climb. And if I should ever fall, the ground will turn into wine.
Dang, I know this one though.
All
Mhm.
right, I'm gonna
All right,
say it.
one more time.
Swimming laps around a bottle of Louis the 13th, jumping off of a mountain into a sea of cocaine. I mean, codeine. Excuse
Codeine.
Woo! Codeine. I'm off the top of the top, but still I climb. And if I should ever fall, the ground will turn into wine.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I don't know. Dang. I know. This one's like at the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Okay, who is it?
That's Little Wayne. Feel like
Okay.
dying.
Okay. I was not gonna say Lil Wayne, so it's fine. All right. So
All
three
right,
for
you did
four.
good.
Three
You
for
did good.
four.
You did good, though. You did a lot better than a lot of people would, you know? So,
Yeah.
it's
That
good.
last one was hard, but I'm like, dang, what? I should have got that one. Love Wayne. Sorry, Wayne. No disrespect.
No disrespect at all. We know you some Wayne.
Oh
So
man, that's my guy. Top five
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So let's get started. Let's first of all, let's tell the people who is Gizzle.
Uh, Gizzle is, I guess, by trade. It's so funny. Um, I'm just a dope individual, like as a person, trying to have a fire ass experience here on earth to spread positivity and light and love. But by trade, what does Jizzle do? I'm an artist and I'm a songwriter and an entrepreneur from Los Angeles, California. And yeah, I've just been enjoying my time in the music business for half my life thus far. And yeah, just doing cool shit. Focused on doing cool shit every day.
Nice. I love it. So, growing up, how was that for you?
Um, well, I grew up in South Central. Now it's South LA. So, growing up in the inner city, like most people, you are approached with different obstacles in your environment that you have to overcome. But I would say that I had like a very happy childhood, or at least like a childhood that lent itself to my freedom and my originality and being able to express myself. Though we didn't have like a lot of financial resources, I come from a very, very large family on both sides of my family, and loving family. So, all in all, it was blessed. But of course, I like I said, I have had my share of obstacles like anybody else.
And would you like to discuss any of those obstacles that you had to overcome?
I mean, just growing up in LA, it's a lot of gang banging and killing and shooting and robbing and all that shit, and just being poor and wanting to just have more and see outside of like your circumstances. But, like a single parent household. But, it's kind of one of those things where it's like that's not the exception. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is going through that, and everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of people's story. Uh, I just happen to not identify it to the fact that it kept me in those circumstances.
Hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
So you would say music was your escape from the streets?
Oh yeah, music was just like my north star. Like once I figured out that like this is what I wanted to do and like express myself, and then realizing it was like a viable way to uh, support myself and my family, but also just to be able, like you said, to escape what was going on, and like it was like free therapy. But that was always just like my marker. If I ever got lost or distracted, like on this path, it was always what brought me back to center, and on the path to something greater than my surroundings. So for sure, escapism, but more just like a way to like navigate the surroundings.
I, s- I say, about what age did you actually write like your first, say, lyrical rap or poetry?
Oh yeah, I have been writing poetry since I was like probably 7, but I wrote my first rap when I was 12 years old, or 11. I was in the 6th grade, so I was probably 11, going on 12 or 10 or 11. I'm like a year younger than most people in whatever grade they're in, because my birthday's at the end of the year. But yeah, I had to be about 11 or 12, and I was in a creative writing class, and I was not doing my homework, but I was doing well in the class. And so the teacher said she would give me an A in the class because I would probably get like a C or something, or yeah, like C minus. And she said she'd give me an A if I did some of my poetry that I had been writing at our like program or presentation. Um, and I was like, shit, I ain't doing no poetry, not in front of the homies there. I was just like, yeah, nah, not gonna happen. But can I write a rap? You know? And she was like, yeah. So I did that, and it was like my first like standing ovation and all that. Like all the parents was like clapping, like do it again, because it was a rap about God. You know, like and when kids rap about God, like it's automatic, you automatically win. It was like
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. So once I like did that and got over that like feeling of like performing in front of people and it was received well. Like I was like highly encouraged and inspired from then. And I was like, okay, yeah, now this is what I want to do. I'm going to be really, 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 really good at it. Like I want to be one of the best. So before I'm out back in front of people again, I got to get my pen tight, you know? So from then I was just like, oh yeah, every single day, every hour of every day, all the time.
I like that. I like that because that's one key thing that a lot of people miss when they say, "Oh, I want to do something," is
Yeah.
that practice part. That going behind the, when nobody is around and getting that work in, doing the behind the scenes work or whatnot.
Oh yeah. Now you have to build that muscle. You know, it's like anything. I know you play sports and all that. Like you know, it's just like it's conditioning and all that. That's why I hated sports. It's like it's too much. I'd rather use my mind. It's like rather use my mind, but you got to do the same thing. You got to do the conditioning,
Mhm.
practice, training. You know what I mean? Pushing yourself. You got massage therapy. Like you got to do all these things to kind of stimulate your understanding so you can grow and be excellent at it. So
It's actually, it's some people might think it's easier to just use your mind, but it's actually a little bit harder because you do have to do a lot more conditioning, so to speak, like uh, really like getting yourself to a point where you're pushing yourself. You can't. It's hard to have somebody else push you mentally.
hmm
You have to push yourself mentally more so than anybody else, and it takes a lot of reading and not just reading, but comprehensive reading.
hmm
So with that, how much reading did you do?
oh man, I've been an avid reader all my life. So I read the entire time. Reading was like one of the first things I fell in love with, even more so than writing. Like I just yeah, I always had a book in my hand. Still now to this day, I'm the same way. I think that's you have to be a student of life. You have to constantly be learning and of course I haven't been in a formal school setting in over a decade, but like I've never stopped learning, whether it's related to my career or just new skill sets, just my own personal development. That's like a no-brainer. You cannot not read. Like you have to. It just adds so much value. And as a writer, I think it just like helped me become such a manipulator of the like the English language
Mhm.
and having so many things to draw from because I've studied so many different areas. You know what I mean?
So currently, with that said, what is like your top? I'll say top three books that you're currently reading right now.
Okay, so yeah, so I have a goal right now to read 30 books in a year, and I started in September, so I'm going to September 2022, and right now I'm on book number 7. So the book that I like, the two books that I've read thus far, just in this group that I like the most are Atomic Habits by James Clear and No Excuses by Brian Tracy.
No excuse.
I like those as like you have to read those in tandem. I think they're very, very good books to read either at the same time or right after each other because the skills and the ideas that are pushed in both of those they complement each other very well. So I've been really benefiting from the things that I learned there and like applying it just in this like past couple months.
Mhm.
Uh, but I also I listened to Will Smith's autobiography,
Yeah.
and I definitely recommend that. Like, if you like audiobooks, and I'm so happy that I listened to it instead of reading it because it's an experience. It's one of the dopest audiobooks I've ever heard, ever. He did an amazing job. and super inspiring just to hear his story, and like you definitely pull gems. But the performance of that audiobook is like top tier. Like I don't even know for like the next book I'm listening to, like I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. Like this thing had music, breakdowns, and he's reading it. It was like a lot. It was really good.
That is the beautiful of his audiobook,
Right.
is that he's reading it and he has a very great author narration
Yeah,
voice as well. I personally decided I'm going to do the reading version. And
yeah.
funny, at the first chapter, I did listen to the audiobook of it and then I read it and I still heard his voice as I was reading
Uh,
it. So it's like his voice is continuing as I continue to read through the
yeah,
chapters. It's
yeah.
awesome. Yes.
Nah, yeah,
So,
that was a good
yeah. So that means that at some point in the future, we'll get to look forward from a book from you, I guess.
one.
So,
Yeah, that's definitely on my list. I don't know what it'll be about, but that's definitely on my list. I have some ideas. That's definitely there. But writing a book takes a lot of discipline, and just I'm not there yet, but for sure.
but you're at a discipline that I definitely am not at, or would not. And coming from it as my chef side, you have been doing a lot of discipline as far as your eating goes.
Oh man, yeah.
And I know just of late you have started a new journey, and so let's talk about that.
Oh yeah. So we've been eating a raw vegan diet, and it's cool. Like we've done it before for like a month, and like so we're starting now, like January. Definitely gonna go for like the month, but actually, I'm gonna just try to see how far I could go because I really enjoy how I feel, um, and it's a cool new thing, like in a way to consume food. But you just feel like a lot lighter and better, and like when you're eating these things, and it's just that old thing, like if you eat life, you feel full of life, and if you eat dead things, and they tend to weigh down on your system.
Mhm.
Um, we definitely believe in balance. So it's like, I'm not trying to be too rigid in one understanding, but I've been enjoying playing with the recipes. It's a whole lot of food processor, whole lot of herbs and spices. So that's cool. And it's just like seeing like how you can imitate some of these things that you know and love and like recreate them like in the raw space. So I'm enjoying it. It takes a lot of preparation to like be successful. I would say that for anybody who's thinking about doing raw for either just a week, I would recommend everybody try it for at least like 3 days or a week because you're gonna feel a difference. Like day two, you're gonna feel a completely difference like in your body. But if you can take the time and really get into like some of these recipes, we have all types of like recipe books, and yeah, and I'm like always on Google trying to figure out and put something together. And then like as a black person, your palate is just different. So it's like, once I get like the base of something, I'm like, oh, I can make it go crazy. They was missing
Right.
this. So you just start to put it together, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's not that hard. So I actually made some. It's kind of like a mock like crab roll, like sushi roll, like a California roll
Mhm.
for lunch today, and it was pretty good. Uh, it was just made out of bell peppers and carrots and broccoli, and like make like a pate and then like a little sauce with it, but it like looked like crab, kind of had to taste like a seafood taste. It's like I'm like, all right, this is interesting.
You're gonna
Boom,
have to
that
send
worked.
me that. Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to send me that because I have to stay away from the crab and stuff because I'm still on my blood type diet. So
Okay. Oh wait, what's your blood type?
B positive. So
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I've been wanting to try that too. I definitely want to try that too. But I feel like that's gonna have me eating meat and shit or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know how far
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. But I guess you can
Technically,
always pick and choose.
yeah, technically, like you said, it's balance. So,
Yeah.
and then they give you, it's a very broad list of foods that you have, and they tell you which ones you can avoid, which ones are neutral, and which ones are beneficial for you. And
Yeah.
so when you go down that whole thing, it seemed like when you start in, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't eat anything. I don't have it, no
Uh-huh.
choices and all this stuff. And the choices that I do have, I don't like. But
Yeah.
as you continue to go through it and you find things, like you said, you find new ways to make other things work in your favor. And so it's good. But I have to gotta stay away from the crab and the shellfish a bit. So I'm just
Yeah. Yeah, and we just been like seafood out. Like it's just like it's good to take a break and just have something different. So I think tonight I want to try. I made it before, but I think I can make it better now. But they have like a raw version of chili that's like
mhm.
really good. So it was like good last time, but I'm like I think I can take it to the next level now. So I'm gonna give that a shot. But it's just all about loading up, prepping, and just getting ready. Because once you get to the point where you know what I'm saying, you're like, all right, I'm gonna make A, B, and C. You got your like usual suspects, or you want to try different things. You know, like what certain grains and legumes like work well with this type
Mhm.
of sauce and base. But yeah, it's a lot of sauces. But I'm enjoying it. We're gonna see. Check back in with me in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the skin extra glowy. Like I know it's glowy right now, but like extra glowy. You're like, oh yeah, them raw vibes. Them raw vibes is doing the
You've been
thing.
glowing since you've been born. I don't know what you want us to do.
More glow. That's it. I want more glow. You know,
Some people haven't aged since the day they were born, so I don't know.
for sure.
So there was a key word that in that you said that I is my word of the year, which is balance.
Hmm.
Because we tend to find struggle in that. You know, we always say we want to do a bunch of things and have these things happen, but the key to all of those things is the balance.
Hmm.
You know, you can't walk without losing your balance. You can't ride a bike without losing your balance. You know, so there's so many things in life that requires us to stay balanced. How do you do that?
I'm most balanced like when I'm doing the things that I know that I'm supposed to do, and that's taking my shot of Remy every day, reading, exercise, meditation, yoga. Also though, when I'm like turning up too, because that's just like I like to have a good time and not being hard on myself for either or. You know, it's like a lot of times, and I could be the same way too. Like we get very singular focused and
Mhm.
extremist, and so you find yourself either over here or over there. You know, and then like if you're too far, like off your baseline towards the behaviors that you deem wrong or like not beneficial, then you're like super hard on yourself. So what I try to do is like not be so hard on myself when I do fall off. Like if I'm supposed to be raw vegan and then I'm starving, so I end up having like a soup or something, I'm not gonna go crazy because you know, oh God, it's not raw, it's cooked, or like now I'm just a failure. It's like, nah, you have to work through some of those lapses in kind of judgment or behaviors. And I think the easiest way to do that is just to like love on yourself through those things. And as you try to grow to be a better version of yourself and try kind of achieve different goals, is just like having patience with yourself. One thing I think about, I've been learning as I've been on like my fitness journey with my girl who's like naturally athletic, but also been consistent in her physical
Mhm.
activity for a long time. And me, I have not. So like when I think about like how the changes that I want to see in my body and they don't come as fast as I might think like or want, it's like, okay, well nah, it took you like 32 years to get where you was at. So even if it takes me, it won't take me 32 years to get where I'm trying to be. But
Mhm.
even if it did, you have to allow that. Same thing with mindset. Same thing with just any kind of behaviors. It's just like just knowing that if you want to get there, if you desire to get there, you gonna get there. And but it's gonna be some bumps in the road. So you just have to be patient. You have to be kind to yourself and just really, gentle and just be like, all right, I got this. Today wasn't a good day, but tomorrow could be better. Even tonight could be better than today. So that's what I just try to do. Just try to remember to be nice to myself.
That's always a good key to be good to yourself, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so there's something that you said, because see, this channel is called Another Round, and it was a play off of course, drinking, but also
Uh,
circles and rounds of cycles that we go through in life or whatnot.
uh,
And
uh-huh.
I like something that you said where you said you have a shot of Remy every day. And I want you to say it one more time because the people gonna be like Remy and they ain't paying attention to what you said.
Yeah, look, wake up to a shot of Remy every day. We not talking about Hennessy's little cousin or your cognac and what you be drinking with your uncle. We talking about reading, exercising, meditation, and yoga. I feel like if you dedicate at least 10 minutes a day to each area, you will greatly improve your life and improve your alignment. You'll be in a special kind of alignment and you can respond in the best way possible to whatever life throws at you. So, like you said, I'm my most balanced, my most in pocket, and all my shit when I'm doing that every day, when I'm taking that shot of Remy every day.
I like it. I like it. So
Yeah.
we got reading, we got
Uh-huh.
exercise, meditation, and yoga.
Yes,
How did we come
sir.
up with that?
Huh?
How did we come up with those four?
No, I mean they're literally like the things that I that changed my life. Like just
Mhm.
applying those every day, and it just happened to work like that. And I'm like, oh damn, this is Remy. I haven't a affinity for words, so it wasn't hard to put together. But literally, reading, exercise, meditation, yoga is how you keep your. That's how you keep your balance, like complete balance. That's physical balance, mental balance. Like spiritual balance. That's all of it in one. Uh, and that's man, it's a game changer. Trust me. Try it. Just try it. If you don't believe me, just try it.
So now I got my two metaphors. Now I got my Remy and then I got love. So shot of Remy
Yeah.
and a shot of love. Because see, love is for us is listening, understanding, and validating. And so with that, that's what you do when you're in relationships with people. You show love. When
Mm-hmm.
that's how we work on our communication. So with that on the other side, now I have my personal aspiration, which is Remy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a Remy every day now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, historically, Remy and love have been going together for a very long time.
Very
So it
long
ain't it ain't it ain't hard to put that together. You know what I'm saying?
Love me
If
some
you
Remy.
know, I'm about to say, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know love's better off the Remy. Come on now. Come on now. Talk to me.
Hey, look, if I start reading to understand, what I'm saying, I start listening, I get exercise my listening ears,
Uh-huh.
meditate on what they are telling me and
Yeah.
stretch it on out. I feel like I can get there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you said love is listening, overstanding,
Understanding, listening,
uh,
understanding, and
and valid.
validating. Mm.
Okay.
So
Okay. Cool.
yes. So we get that. I love it.
I
Okay.
rock with that.
So that brings us to the ZenThug aspect. How did we come about to becoming the one and only guru of the ZenThug?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I became ZenThug probably like around 2014, and like I said, it was meditation and yoga that changed my life. That shot of Remy every day that changed my life just from studying and like at that time I was just like in a very interesting place, uh, over blessed. Like when I think about it, just extremely blessed, but like not able to see that and see my life and so much of like my value and everything was tied to what I did and not like who I was and how I felt by myself. Are you able to hear me? Okay, cool. Because I think the sound, hold on, I know the sound went out for me. My things might have, let's see.
Hearing you just a second ago. Ooh,
There you go.
no, it's a bad feedback. Yeah, it's a real bad feedback.
Yes.
No, now it has a and you sound like
Phones on.
I don't.
Let
Can
me see.
Let me see if you can hear me. If you can hear me, then it has a real bad matrix feedback and it's a delay.
Yeah, I can hear you just
No, there
fine.
you go. No, you're good now.
I'm good now.
Yeah, you're good now, but there is a delay from your voice and your face.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. I've never used this thing before.
I was gonna say, you want to try to pop out and then pop back in?
Okay. Here, yeah, let's give that a try.
All right.
All right.
So we'll give her just a second to come back in and see what happens. It might just be a delay connection. But I hope you guys are enjoying the interview so far. She's a very special person to me, and she has very good insight on life for such a youngin. She
Ha!
does.
Youngin.
It's for such a youngin, she does.
Not so much no more. I'm almost up there. I got a couple gray hairs now. I'm lit.
Yeah, you ain't catching up to me, so it's all good.
I can't wait. I want to be like all gray.
You're the same. I'm the same way. I got one, and I'm like, where the rest come. You might get it though. Your G moms, she got it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking so too. I don't know why my beanie is all crooked now.
Oh my gosh, you gonna have that beanie like Ray J, huh? Where it moved.
Yeah, it's gonna be like all over. It's like why does this get so crooked out of nowhere? All right. Okay. So, but yeah, what I was saying is, so I was like in this interesting place to where a lot of I guess like I guess self-esteem is a word, but just like the value that I was placing on myself was directly tied to what I was doing and like my career and the progress. And though I was making progress, right? Like quote unquote, like to the world and like doing, like I wasn't able to see it. And then I was just in the space and I was just like, man, I don't want to do that shit no more. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I'll go work at like a Fortune 500 company or something. I'm gonna just go do something like more secure, more like, in line of what I was doing and like just security basically. But I was catching the train to the studio. Like my car had got repossessed. I was catching the train to the studio. I even worked this like little telemarketing job for like 3 days because I was just like, I had blew through all my advance money. So then I was just living like off my like little ASCAP checks. And like back then they were all right, but it was like, I don't know, it'd be like $500-600 a month or something. Like you can't live in Los Angeles like on that, like, right. So it was just like things were just few and far in between. And I was just like making some choices like I was just not fucking with like for myself, but I worked this little telemarketing job for like 3 days, and I remember the guy calls me into like the office, and by this time I had already started meditating. I was doing the Oprah and Deepak challenge, so I was probably like a few days in, like not like far in at all, but like maybe within the first week or two. Mm-hmm. So the guy calls me into the office, and he's like, he said, man, I don't know what it is. He said, you ever had gumbo? And I'm like, listen to this man talk. I'm like, what are you talking about if I ever had gumbo? Like, why are you calling me in here? He's like, if you ever had gumbo and it's like, it's almost there, but it's just like, it's just missing something, like a little seasoning and missing. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, wait, is this nigga trying to fire me? Like, and I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, you like, no, you cannot fire me from this. Like that's wild, right? So, but he was firing me, right? So he fires me, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like I just got fired from a telemarketing thing. This is wild. So, but he fires me, and then he overpays me. Overpays me, and so I'm walking. So mind you, I don't have no car at this time. I'm walking back to my house, and like I'm walking. And I just had like that moment, like, I don't know, Christians would call it coming to Jesus or whatever. And I resolved right then at that moment. I said, first of all, I recognized it for what it was. I knew it was a blessing. I knew it was God putting me back on track. I knew that. Like, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, you know what I'm saying, tears coming down. I'm like, I'm gonna just do whatever I gotta do. I don't care. I'm about to make this work. I'm about to go crazy. So I make that resolve as I'm walking, and then I go home and I meditate. And during my meditation that day, I hear the voice of God, like it's clear, like I've never heard anything more clear. And it was like, your life is about to change. And it was so profound, and it was so deep. And immediately, like, tears are coming down my face, because it was like I knew it, and I believed it. It was just like so real. I'm like, oh, okay. I have no idea what that means, but all I know is within that same week I was on a private jet. So like I rode on a train and a private jet that same week, you know, and my life, it did change. And but the most important thing that changed was my mindset and my dedication to my spiritual development. Like, that changed. And so that became like my number one focus. And I don't know, like, once you, if you ever like, because if you ever hear the voice of God, trust me, you want to hear it again. So you're trying to recreate all those moments. You're like, oh, what else do you got to tell me? Like, oh, what else is there? Oh my God. Like, no, look, no.
Chasing that.
But it's you know, your practice is never the same all the time. But that's how the ZenThug was born. It was just like, you know, though I've been like on this spiritual journey, I'm a very spiritual person. It's a priority for me. Like, I'm still like I'm still from Expo. I'm an Expo baby. Like, I still grew up in South Central. Like, it's just in me. It ain't on me. And like, I celebrate all that of where I'm from, because it helped shape me and help me like to navigate this world. But, you know, for you know, spirituality and practice like in that way, it wasn't accessible to me in the environment that I was in. It wasn't conducive. Like, I wasn't exposed to that. But had I been, I would have been put the homies on. We would have been going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you put those worlds together, man, and it works. It works so well. People don't understand it. So like, once I discovered that for myself, I just wanted to share it with everybody. Like, all my people, my family, everybody I was working with in the studio. You know, I find myself in the studio. I go from like, you know, we be rapping a little bit, then I'm just like trying to put niggas on. Like, hey, bro, is you meditating, bro? You doing yoga? Because like, your raps will be better, your songs will be better. Like, come on, trust me. You see me, then the proof, you know, the proof is in the pudding. So it just started a personal thing, and then the actual ZenThug community just came from wanting to share that. Like, it just having such a profound effect on my life, and knowing that so many people struggle with what I was struggling with. And I don't know if that was like a mental health thing or anything, but I think they all tie hand in hand. Like, your spiritual soundness and your fortitude in yourself. Like, when you strengthen yourself spiritually, you should also strengthen yourself mentally. And it's just like anything, same thing we talked about, you know, with playing ball or being successful in your career. It takes practice. You have to be in practice. You have to live life in practice. And so, and you got to have balance. And sometimes you're going to fall off. I'd be a lie if I said I'm taking my shot of Remy every day. It's my intention to, until it's my habit. You know what I'm saying? Some days I don't. Because if I took the real shot of vodka that night, it's hard to wake up and do that Remy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you stay at it, and you stay in practice. And so like, now it's a beautiful thing, because we've been building this community, you know, that is focused on spiritual development and mental health awareness, and just providing these tools to people so that they can combat society stressors. It's all about just helping the next person have a better experience while we're here. You know what I'm saying? And so I just find that, like, yeah, like, this is the way of the ZenThug is the way. Like, spirituality and you know, being a positive person and a good person don't look like the Dalai Lama or, you know, namaste all day and smiling in your face all day. It don't look like that. It's real people. Like, we going through real things, you know, so we don't have to be in the mosque or the temple all day and night to be really focusing on like our ascendance. And that's just what it is.
Definitely. I love it. I love it. It is balance that you have there. Like you say, you don't have to be the Dalai Lama or in the mountains all day, because even still, there's needs to be a balance
Mm-hmm.
in it. As long as we're imperfect, there has to be a balance of trying to be perfect. And it doesn't always mean that you have to walk down this one straight, narrow path.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be focused on everything at the same time with just
Mm-hmm.
enough focus on the one thing that you're really have prioritized at that moment. And
Yeah.
so I do love that this came to you and you've been able to change lives, not only your own, but others. Because ZenThug started about what, 4 years now? Has it been?
Yes, we going on the 5th year now. We did
Mhm.
our first ZenThug day in 2017.
Yeah, so it's going on 4 years, and since then, how have you grown? How have the group grown?
I mean, oh, and now the community grows every day. We have, the goal. They're always the goal. The goal is to get like 500 active members, and we're not talking about like followers and stuff, but people that are active in the community, really pushing the principle. And our only principle right now is Remy, bro. We want everybody taking Remy every day. We want everybody taking a shot of Remy every day. But we've been growing our live Sunday meditations, which started as just like a challenge, and then we just been bringing it back every Sunday now. So we've been doing that for the last like 4 months, and so now we'll be going into our first full year doing that, bringing people in and kind of adding value through the community that way. So we've been kind of seeing it grow through that way. We do well outside of COVID. Before COVID, we were doing 4 in-person ZenThug days a year, so 1 each quarter. Mm-hmm. And that's where we get together and we do like the full format. We walk everybody through Remy. We do Remy together, and we do activities as a group that kind of just promote self-awareness, but also community and trust and vulnerability and sharing. So it's a really beautiful thing. Like you literally have to be there. It's really hard to kind of put into words like the energy and the magic that surrounds the space when everybody's there sharing and being vulnerable. You're watching like 75 to 80 strangers just kind of like bare themselves. It's deep. Like, you don't think you could get that deep in just like 4 hours. But we do. And so those events are just growing continuously. We were able to bring it back last month in December in Inglewood in front of Little Belize. We blocked off the street and we did ZenThug Day outside. It was a beautiful thing. So shout out to Little Belize and the city of Inglewood and each and everybody that was involved with making that happen, because I didn't think we could, but now that we did, I know we could do anything. It's crazy. So
right.
Just imagine like we just doing. It's so funny because we had these this guy we would do the original ZenThug before the pandemic. We were doing them at my friend's Mike Reese's space. It's called Dream House. It's a studio. It's an art studio in downtown LA. And I remember one ZenThug we had like the gangbangers next door. They was coming over and they was like, "What y'all doing? Thug yoga?" It's no hard, cuz we want to do some thug yoga. Like, I'm like, yeah, y'all can come through. Like, this is what it's about, So we had them doing that thug yoga, We blocked off the street to do yoga in Inglewood. So I think it just sums up the energy of ZenThug.
Yeah, I would have loved to see the thug yoga. Sounds hilarious.
Yeah. Nah, it was a good time. But yeah, like, so the goal is just to continue to grow and continue to just bring resources to the community. So, and just different speakers and people that could just help change the mindset and just really drive these ideas home. And we've just been seeing that people have been taken to the information, and so it's been a beautiful thing, honestly. And we're just trying to improve every year, man. I don't know, like now this is definitely like like one of the things I'm most excited about in terms of life. And like, I know this will be a part of my life's work, not just something I'm doing right now,
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely find that to be a very good blessing for you and for us as well, because you know, like I say, part of this channel is to help better our community as
Mm-hmm.
you know, as Black people first, and then start to work our way out from there. And
Right.
another part was to start working on changing how we see and we view things in life as on a mental standpoint, because a lot of times we're holding ourselves back mentally
Yeah.
by, you know, taking in all the negatives and just holding those things and then projecting them back out into the world, and so we can't get out of that cycle. And I
Right.
love the fact that you have brought this about, you know, changing minds of people and changing the community through their minds or whatnot. Because a lot of times, you know, a lot of people come back to the community and it's always, well, what monetary thing that you bring to the community, how much, you know, income you put back in the community. But if the minds of the community don't change, you're going to keep just putting money in and all of these resources, but there's nothing going to develop out of it, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to change the people's mind, and then they start to understand these resources and these the income things a lot better
Yeah.
and appreciate them more when they do
Yeah.
come into the community.
Yeah. It definitely goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? You can't give abundance to someone with a scarcity mindset. And so, you know, in order to kind of change also your circumstances, you have to shift from that, and you have to be able to recognize it everywhere. You have to be able to recognize the abundance in all things, the importance for the abundance in all things, and that you deserve abundance in all things, because you can only have what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people get things and they lose them, you know, or they never get them at all. It's because deep down there's a feeling that you don't deserve. You don't deserve, and you have to build that. I work on that every day, because I think about like all the blessings in my life, and like as I get older, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm living in the cheat code. I got the cheat code, and as things get like easier, I'm just like, damn, that shouldn't have been that easy, but why not?
Right,
Why?
right. Why shouldn't it be?
Yeah,
It's intended to be.
yeah. Why not? You know, but it's all about shifting your thinking. You know, it's like we inherited struggle, right? The idea of struggle. So it's our job to kind of shift that thinking and pass forward now. Once we're able to, the idea that no, struggle can be a part of your understanding. You can honor it, because you know a lot of us are born from it. Our ancestors went through it, but you do not have to carry it forth. Like it can end here. So like for me, the struggle ends with me. You know what I'm saying? The struggle ended with me like years ago. Like I'm not carrying that with me no more. Nothing but struggle, you know. So, but you gotta talk yourself into it. You don't understand. It's just like you have to say it till you believe it. And it sounds like, you know, things that we heard so many times before, right? But like once it clicks, it really clicks. And like, you know, man, it's just it's cool to like be happening to life, and life is not happening to you.
Right.
You know, and to approach it from the point of a creator and a part of the decisions that are happening to you. So you're not just reacting, you're acting, seeing the consequences, and then you reacting to that, and then you having other actions, you know. So you don't want to just spend life in a reactionary mode, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. You want to be proactive sometime.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
ahead of
You
it.
can't all the time, but and if you
Yeah.
do react, you know, you want to know how to react.
Yeah, sometimes the reaction is not giving such a reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's there, but it, you know, it doesn't have to be so dramatic all the time.
Yeah.
We are dramatic people, though. We love it.
What can you say?
What can we say? Everything in our life is dramatic. Our food, our lifestyle, our culture, our clothes,
That's a fact.
even our animals, they dramatic too.
That's a fact. Oh gosh, yeah. My dog is the most dramatic.
I know mine's is being asleep right now, so we're gonna leave it alone.
I have to talk to him every time we got something going on, like on the internet. I'm like, look, you're not gonna be interrupting this today. Go relax, you know. Cause he likes to be in the mix. He like, what we doing? Oh, this is what we doing?
Like, got to see me.
Yeah.
But yes. So you've been able to work. I know we got into, a wonderful part of being positive and changing mindsets and stuff. And you've been able to work with a lot of wonderful other talented people as yourself. But is there anybody else in this world that hasn't had the blessing that is you yet?
Oh man, there's a lot of people I haven't had a chance to work with. But when I think about who I still want to work with, Jay-Z. Like, got to hang out with him.
You got to hang out with him.
All that, but definitely would still like to do that, like do some work. Adele was hard. That would be crazy. And I don't know, like just the next. I'm super excited about like the next wave of artists, and also just like that new kind of influx and energy in my career and myself, like new things to be excited about, like, so I'm definitely very, very excited to be more on the admin stuff on the side of things, and like the business side as I go forward in this next like portion of my career, and be a part of like the development of something new and fresh and life-changing. So yeah, I there's tons of people I want to work with, whoever's dope and on the same vibe as me, like in alignment with the things I got going on. But I'm just super excited just for the future, and just to see what it's going to be, what, like, the possibilities are limitless,
Is there any upcoming artists that we should be, looking out for that you would recommend?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. King Leaf, KT, 1TTOKT, super dope. He's a young guy out of here, out of Atlanta. I live in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
He's a young guy out of Atlanta, super dope. One of the artists that I've been like working with since I've been out here. He's amazing. King Leaf is my kid brother, but he's just like, he's killing it right now. Production's crazy. I hate being put on the spot like this. You always forget somebody when you put on the spot like this. But I'm gonna just go there and live there because that's cool. That works for me. Two young men that I believe in very, very, very heavily. Oh, also VS Aside. Let's go. Let's give it up for VS Aside. And who got the work ethic. I think, it's just important. Oh, there's also a young girl out of Gary, Indiana. Her name is Amari Noel. Super dope. Love her. Yeah, I try to tap in. I tap in like a little bit more now, like I said, because I'm very interested in seeing like what the next thing is going to be and being part of the development of that. But yeah, it's some dope people out there, and I like a lot of people send me music in the DMs, and I try to listen to all of it, honestly. So I've been coming across some cool things, but those, I think 4 people I just named are my favorites, so I would tap into those.
Nice. Do you have anything upcoming? Or
Oh yeah, well, we about to drop more music. I just put out a song 1 month ago with Denzel Curry and Brent Joy. It's called Dynasties and Dystopias, featured on the new Netflix anime show called Arcane. So that's like going crazy right now. So if you haven't heard that, go tap in. It's a really good song, good high energy. Also, my song Go Up, it's out right now. It's featured in a Nissan campaign and a few other campaigns, a couple of TV shows. Also, my song Not a Drill is just featured on NBA 2K 2022. So yeah, just more vibes this year for sure. I got like so many things that I want to do. So we're just working constantly.
yes, for our channel, those people that watch our kind of people, Go Up was on there. And
Oh yeah, Go Up.
she also had a song placed on Grownish, I want to say season 4, I think it was the beginning of season 3 or 4, on Grownish.
That's very like playing basketball or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was Get Loud for me, man.
Yeah, it was Get Loud.
Shout out to Be Loud for me. God is good. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It doesn't stop. It can't stop. It's featured right now on the Amazon Prime promo. So if you watch Amazon Prime or Hulu or anything, you probably see a commercial with that on there. But yeah. So like I said, I can't complain. Super blessed, and I just want to continue to produce and to add value to not just me and my inner circle, but the lives that we can impact through the things that we do. So the idea is just to use my talent as like a conduit, but also to just focus on the being, like just being the person that I'm supposed to be, and doing things through that.
Nice. And so we got work with Jay-Z coming up, we got
we manifesting
that. We manifesting that up there. Yes.
I gotta get in there with Hov, man. We gotta
make him get back in the studio just for one thing with G.
That's in the studio though. Like he always rapping, so I'm like, I know I can let me get a verse before he's 55 or something. Before he turns 60. I take one of those.
Put an album together with Blue one time real quick and
whatever I gotta do. It's one of those things that's gonna always be a thing until it's not a thing. Until it's done, that's gonna be a thing.
So we're gonna get that thing done this year in 2022. Jay, I know you're listening. I know you listening. I know you secretly watch. So go ahead.
Come on, man. Yeah,
you know who she is already.
That's a big fact.
Or whatnot. So tell the people, how can they find you? Sign up for the ZenThug experiences and so much more.
Oh, well, yeah, you can find me on IG or my website. My company website is the gzlcompany.com. It's www.gzlcompany.com. My Instagram is I'm Gizzle. It's Gizzle. I am Gizzle. And you could go to the ZenThug page. It's at the ZenThug, at TheZenThug. If you go to the ZenThug page, you can also go to www.thezenthug.com, where you can sign up and you can get all the notifications for all the events that we have, when we do different meditation challenges, and just to stay connected in the community. You don't got to worry about us spamming you or anything like that. We really only reach out to the community when we have things that we're doing, and we just try to keep it player like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like too much spam going on. It's insane. But it's the ZenThug community, and it's a completely free community to be a part of, and all of our events are free. And that's the goal for the foreseeable future, is to keep everything free and accessible to the people. So just please tap in with this all things. If you Google Gizzle, I'm gonna pop up, because I'm the one putting in the work. You feel me?
You do pop up. They want to know, the audience wants to know, do you have merch, or you got any merch going on yet?
Oh yeah. You can check out the merch. That's gonna be at thezenthug.com. Go to the ZenThug Instagram. Basically the merch is ZenThug vibes.
Nice. So we got to get you some incense and some oils and stuff going, and then
Oh yeah, that's the vibes. We got the kits coming. We got the Zen kits coming. Don't trip.
Yeah, I like my essential oils, so I'm gonna need me a kits.
We got the Zen kits coming, but in the meantime, go and get you a shirt. You feel me?
Yeah,
the swaggy shirt with the fire logo. You did.
Indeed. Well, I thank you for coming and then telling your experience with us. I will always love to have you again when you got more stuff coming up, or if you just want to share some more thoughts with the community.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you guys having me. Shout out another round. You already know it's Gizzle, it's ZenThug. Can't wait to come back. You just let me know anytime, while I'll be knocking at the door like, hey, what's up? What y'all doing up in there? Let me up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a friendly local pub. You can always be welcome. You know what I'm saying? Pull you up a seat and have a think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what we do here. We pull tall thinking glasses. That's what
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm gonna let her go, because I know she's a busy woman and stuff. But we'll be talking for hours if y'all let us go.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact for sure.
That's how we do. But I thank my audience again today for being here with us. You guys are awesome as always. And I do appreciate you guys' love and support that you continue to show us. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend that tells a friend that tells everybody. You already know that one. That's going to make sure to get the word out, to go follow me, the sexy tomboy, my girl Gizzle. I am Gizzle at Instagram. Make sure you guys follow us another round. My co-host that wasn't here today, but Sean, y'all make sure y'all go and follow Sean Unfiltered, and keep the community thriving. We here to think and grow better as one. So
Yes,
thank you.
yes.
Any last words, Gizzle, before I let
Oh
him go?
man, I'm just say peace. You feel me? Take your shot of Remy, man.
Take your shot of Remy. Make sure y'all have it. Reading, exercise, meditate, and yoga. Get your Remy on.
You dig?
All right.
All right.
Bye.